So Jen Shah from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City does not want footage from the show to be used against her in court. But the most important part of what we found out is that Jen Shah admits that the show is not real. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it feels like it's been forever since we talked about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and it has been. And it's been a long time since we talked about the Jen Shah situation. As you know, we recap the show here, and every time there's more news about her legal case, we try to talk about it, but there's always more information. But one of the biggest things to come out this past week was that Jen Shah is the only one fighting in this particular case. Everyone now has taken a plea. So this is not looking good for Jen Shah. And I wonder if the Southern District of New York even offered her a plea. A couple of things. As you know, Jen Shah has tried multiple times in this case to get certain things thrown out. She's trying to fight this battle against the Southern District of New York. And if you've been following us when we talk about this story, that is not the way to go. That's why all of these people that were at first on her side in this case against the Southern District of New York have taken a plea. Well, a new filing from Jen Shah states that she does not want the footage from the show to be used against her in court. So this is what her legal team is saying, and this is from People. So in court documents obtained by People, the reality TV star's attorney filed a new motion to request that clips from the hit Bravo show not be shown during her upcoming wire fraud and money laundering trial. This is what they say. There is no circumstance under which a clip of Jen Shah from her appearance on RHOSLC should be used in court, as these clips do not have any of the indicia of reliability. Shah's team argued that Jen Shah is playing a fictionalized version of herself on the show, who is molded by the requirements of being on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They also claimed in the documents that the show has been, quote, highly curated and edited to satisfy its dramatic storylines. The women and their lives are both real and fake, and it is impossible to tell where reality ends and fantasy and outright deception and fakery begins.
You know what? I feel betrayed.
Look, if you watched our recaps, if you've been watching The Real Housewives, you know, yes, we know there's a lot of pre-produced moments, but for it to be stated this way in court, it made me go, clutch my pearls. When you lay it out, let me just say it one more time to you, what they're saying in these court documents about your favorite show and favorite franchise. That she's playing a fictionalized version of herself on the show who is, quote, who is molded by the requirements of being on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and it's a highly curated and edited to satisfy a dramatic storylines. The women and their lives are both real and fake, and it's impossible to tell where reality ends and fantasy and outright deception and fakery begins. The doc states, later adding that the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is highly edited and crafted through post-production. So as you know, back in December, Jen Shah's attorneys requested that the judge dismiss the fraud charges, claiming that the Hulu documentary, The Housewife and the Jen Shah Shocker, about her ongoing legal problems is, quote, reprehensible and will severely jeopardize her right to a fair trial. As you also know, Stu Chainz, who's been featured on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, has taken a plea. He's supposed to be sentenced on March 3rd, and he's facing 70 years in prison in comparison to her 50 years. It just might mean he had more exposure to what they were doing. Doesn't mean that he was at the top of the food chain. This is not looking good for Jen Shah. This is not looking good at all. But there's also some more information. And shout out to Ronald Richards. We haven't said that name in a long time. Hey, Ronald. So he posted an update in regards to what's going on with Jen Shah. He writes this. Update on the real Jen Shah. I love how he tags them. I love it. Jury issue. The government has opposed her attempts to tell the jury about her religions, Mormon/Muslim, etc. Cheap attempt to find a juror who may be biased in her favor. Also, the charge punishes crimes for people over 55 years old, not, quote, old people. So they're trying everything in their power. And look, she should. She's fighting for her life because she has not taken a plea deal. Jen Shah is fighting for her life. She could be in jail for a very long time. I think they said a minimum of over a decade. That's not good. She still has, I know her son is probably in his 20s, but she still has a young son that's in his teens at home. Does it make it right? She knew what she was doing. You know, you already reading my mind. It doesn't make it right what she was doing, but I feel bad for her kids because they didn't know what she was doing. Guys, as always, we don't give you updates on this Jen Shah situation every single week because there are updates every single week. So when we have time, I'd like to sit down and just break down to you, this is what's happening. But we will get back to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recaps back next week. New episode will be airing this Sunday. And don't forget our watch party on TikTok. I appreciate you all being here. I hope you're having a happy Friday. I'll see you in the comments. And as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.